Hey Yogi Warriors, how's it going? Emily Warrior here, and today I have for you a warrior yoga flow, which is just perfect for our little yoga warrior community. Thought it was a great little one to just slide in there. So today we're going to move through a couple of rounds of all the different variations of our warrior asanas. So when you're ready, come join me on your mat. And we'll begin with just a couple of rounds of half sun salutations just to kind of warm up the body and get the energy flowing. So standing at the top of our mats with our toes together, we're standing nice and tall through the body in our Tadasana. So we're pulling the kneecaps up to engage the quads, rolling the shoulders down, pulling the belly and ribs in, slight tuck of the tailbone. As we inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhaling, hinging from your hips, dive forwards into a forward fold. We can very generously bend the knees here. Inhale, lengthen through your legs and come up onto the fingertips or bring the palms to your shins or thighs for a half lift. We have a nice lengthening through the spine. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold, bring the hands to the mat. Inhale, reaching the arms back out and up, coming all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands come down in prayer. Beautiful. Take a breath. We'll do another round. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, diving into your forward fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen to your half lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, bend the knees. Forward fold. Inhaling, reaching the arms back out and up. Exhale, hands come down in prayer. Taking a breath, one more round. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, reaching the arms out and up. Exhale, diving into your forward fold. We can bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen to your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms back out and up. Exhale, hands come down in prayer. Beautiful. So with our right foot at the top, inhale, lift up your left foot and step it back one leg distance. We can raise the arms up in line with the ears, coming into our warrior one. And we have the hips squaring to the top of the mat here. So if you feel like your left hip is opening out to the side, we can come up onto the balls of the back foot just to square those hips. And from there, we can then start to reach that heel down to the mat. We can start to press back through that heel. Belly and ribs are pulling in. And we have a nice bend in that front knee, building strength in the quads. Deep breaths. You can relax the shoulders down the back. We're not hunched up to the ears. Relax those shoulders down. One more breath. Exhale, open it up to your warrior two. So the arms come in line with your shoulders and the hips come in line with the long side of the mat. This back heel can come all the way down to the mat and the foot comes in line with the short side of your mat. And we'll take our gaze to our middle finger on the right hand. Deep breaths, Ujjayi breath. And we're relaxing those shoulders down here. We're not hunching up again. Relax those shoulders. And bending into that front knee. One more breath. On your inhale, flipping that front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. We can slide that left hand down the back leg and we'll reach the right arm up and over for our reverse warrior. Keeping a nice bend in that front knee. And feeling that nice stretch in the front right side of your body. One more breath. Exhale, gently come back to your center. We can then just square the hips to the top of our mat again. So come up onto the balls of the back foot, square the hips, and we'll find our way into a humble warrior. So taking the hands behind the back, we'll interlace the fingers together and roll the shoulders back. We can start to squeeze the shoulders together and draw the elbows towards one another. So then we start to lift up through the chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, if we can take it further from here, we'll start to fold forwards. Maybe your right shoulder comes to rest on top of the knee/thigh. Or perhaps if we can keep going slightly past that knee, we can start to draw the crown of the head down towards the mat. Lifting those arms up towards the back of the head. Ooh, strong asana here. Deep breaths. One more breath, you got this. Exhale, using your core, come all the way back up to standing. We can release the fingers. And then just stepping your front foot in a couple of paces. And we'll find our way into our warrior three. So if we're a bit wobbly with our balance, we can grab hold of our blocks just to pre-prepare if we're using. So with our right foot at the top, squaring those hips to the top of the mat again, we can start to bend into that front knee and we can ground down through those toes, squeeze the toes into the mat. And bringing the palms together in prayer. As you exhale, slowly taking your time, we'll take off the back foot. And maybe we can start to bring the body parallel to the ground. And whether we have the hands in prayer or resting the hands on our blocks, in our warrior three. And we have our left hip facing down towards the mat. We're not opening that hip out to the side into our half moon. Keep that left hip facing down. And we can have a little bend in this right knee. Ooh, strong legs today. One more breath here. As you exhale, bend into that knee and bring the soles of bring the palms down. And we can then bring that back foot down. Step it back to a plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, bringing the knees, chest and chin to the mat or chaturanga. Lowering yourself down with control. Inhale, lifting the chest and chin up to your upward facing dog. Exhaling, taking it back to your downward facing dog. And just taking a moment to paddle the feet here, to stretch out and reset the legs. Nice deep breaths. And then we'll do that little sequence on our left side. So as we inhale, lift up your left foot and step it between the hands. We can either stay up on the balls of the back foot or we can drop that back heel down. And inhale, use your core, come up to your warrior one. I'll just switch so you guys can see me on this side. So whether we are on the balls of the back foot or we're reaching that heel down to the mat, the hips are square to the top. We have a bend in the front knee. Shoulders relax down. And we're pulling those belly and ribs in. One more breath. Exhale, open it up to your warrior two. Hips come in line with the long side of the mat and your back foot comes in line with the short side. Arms are in line with the shoulders. We're relaxing them down and gazing at the middle finger on your left hand this time. Beautiful warrior. Deep Ujjayi breath. or just some deep breaths into your belly if you're still learning your Ujjayi. One more breath. You got this. On your inhale, flipping that front palm up, and exhale, reversing your warrior. We can slide that right hand down the back of the leg and reaching that left arm up and over. Feeling that nice stretch in the front left side. We still have that nice bend in the front knee, working those quads. One more breath. Exhale, we can gently come back to our center. We can then come back up onto the balls. So this back foot, and we'll interlace the fingers behind again. Roll those shoulders back, draw the shoulder blades together, draw the elbows together. And we start to lift the chest up towards the ceiling, opening up the heart. Deep breath in, inhale. Exhale, if we're going to fold forwards, hinge from the hip. We can then either bring that left shoulder to rest on top of the thigh, or if we can keep going, we can just slightly move past that knee and start to draw the crown of the head down towards the mat. And then we can start to lengthen the arms towards the back of the head. Ooh, nice strong legs here. Deep breaths. One more breath, you got this. On your exhale, using the core, release the fingers and come all the way back up to standing. We can then just step back in that top foot. We'll find our way into our warrior three. So if we need our blocks, we can just grab hold of those and place them shoulder width apart at the top of the feet. Great. So whether we're using our blocks or not, we can start to ground down through that left foot. Squeeze the toes into the mat. Little bend in the knee. Hands together in prayer. And gently taking off that right foot, taking your time. Maybe our warrior three looks like this today. Maybe if we can bring the body parallel to the mat, we rest the hands on our blocks. Or whether we're feeling nice and strong in our balance today, we can have the palms together in prayer. And again, this right hip is facing down to the mat. The right toes are pointing down to the mat. And again, we can have a bend in that left knee. One more breath. Exhaling, bend into your left knee and bring the palms to the mat. We can lower that right foot down. Step it back to your plank. Take a breath. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga, lowering yourself down with control. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just taking a moment to paddle the feet. And then on your next exhale, gently bringing the knees back down to the mat. We can untuck the toes and just take it back to a child's pose. Whether you like the arms extended or down by the sides here is your choice. And just take a moment to close the eyes. And just tune into your child's pose for a moment. Notice how this child's pose feels in your body. One more breath. On your next inhale, we can bring the fingertips underneath the shoulders and just gently pressing into them So we come to sit up on the heels. Beautiful practice today. I hope you guys enjoyed that little warrior flow. If you feel like you can do a couple more rounds, you can just replay this video and keep going until you feel done. Thanks again for joining me. Please like the video, maybe leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel for more free yoga content. Thanks again. I hope to see you next time. Namaste.